Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness. I am on the ice again. Finally, it took about a 2.5 month break from skating. Some of you guys know I love to ice skate. I picked it up when I was like 49. It's not something I've done my whole life, and fell in love with it and wanted to skate every day. And I did skate every day for a long time, and I had a coach and all that stuff. And I got to a point, slowly over time, but really this summer, where my body was really hurting when I was skating. And there's a lot of like just repetitive stuff going on with my hips and all this kind of stuff. And kept trying to do it and, handle it and change things and all that kind of stuff. And I realized that I needed to actually take a break. And this was also at a time in my life where I kind of took a break from a lot of things. Really was looking at like what works for me, what doesn't work, like what am I doing that's just like habit and like habit, like kind of evolved habit, like things that I really enjoy doing, but I just kind of do them because I think I need to do them every day or all the time. And that was like true for my skating, not only going skating, but also like how I was skating, as well as life, business, like how I spend my time, what I was creating in my business. And so it was really cool to I've given myself a lot of space in every way the past couple months, and starting to kind of like emerge from this little kind of it's been a cocoon. A lot of times when we use that word and when it comes to like transformation, it kind of has this sense of like curling in and like hibernating. But what happens in a cocoon is a complete turning to goo. The caterpillar turns to goo before it becomes a butterfly. It doesn't just grow wings. It completely dissolves and like, turns to mush before it becomes something different. And I feel like that's what I've been doing. And so today's day one back on the ice for me. I'm also getting ready to travel to Europe in a week. Going to be doing some classes over there and working with some classes over there and kind of amp things up again. But even as I say amp up, like that doesn't even read. It's not the energy. It's like just step into something different and something new. So I came to the ice today and I literally was like, okay, like day one. And one of the things I'm doing is I'm skating in the opposite direction. Normally you skate counterclockwise, the flow moves counterclockwise, skating clockwise today for the most part, to see what that creates. And I'm also like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of like, if this is my very first day skating, I'm really psyched to be able to do what I can do. It's a lot like riding a bike, but like, how would I approach this? This is, if I was just taking it up now for the first time, what do I know about that cocoon that like I've received from the space of the cocooning, and if I had never skated before, how would I skate? What would I not know about it that would actually be a contribution to what I could know? Because a lot of times we have to unlearn and kind of forget stuff in order to relearn in a different way. And I just had a really dynamic call this morning with the people in my generative business pods, which is the ongoing program that I do, about that, really about like, relearning how to create from a different space, learning and not relearning in a way that you're going to solidify it, but learning to move with the energies of creation, learning to change and evolve with the energies of creation, learning to be super present with right now, what is available right now, in my body, in my business, in my life, what's available right now that hasn't been available before? What's available right now today in my skating that hasn't been available before? That if I really started to explore it, and if I didn't know what I was doing and I just started to play, would actually allow me to have a totally different reality with it. And that can include falling. I could totally fall while I'm making this video. Falling is it's a story for another time, but it's not a horrible thing. We learn a lot from those moments. So what's available to you today that hasn't been available before, that if you approached it like this was day one of your business, your life, your living, your reality, would actually, things would be so different. And you might actually be enthused about what you're creating in a totally different way, in a far greater way. I mean, as soon as I stepped onto the ice, I was like, oh, yes! I love being out here. I love having the rink to myself. So what is available? And all you have to do is ask that question. That's all you have to do, is just ask the question and see what shows up. And that's the space where miracles show up. I have to take my glove off to turn the video off. That's the space where miracles show up, and where we get to be the miracle that we actually are. So how much fun can you have with it? Living from question, living from not knowing, having no reference points. Today, day one.